Welcome to week 32 of pregnancy and the 5th week of the 3rd trimester. This week, we are starting off the 8th month of pregnancy, which means that it's time to move our number line again. We're going to cover what's happening with baby this week, as well as the symptoms and body changes that you might be experiencing. The 3 expecting mamas that we are following as part of our expecting crew, we're also going to check in on them, and we can't miss our think and do board for this week as well. We've got lots of good stuff to cover this week. If you have been following this series for a while and you haven't said hello in the comments yet, please do so today. I would love to hear from you and to say hello personally. And if you haven't figured out your plans for childbirth yet, it's not too late. I teach a great on-demand childbirth class called Birth Toolbox, and it's filled with practical tools that really help you and your partner feel like a confident team. I am going to drop the link down below if you want to check that out. Welcome to the Birth Toolbox Classroom. I'm Alice, a doula and childbirth educator, going week by week through pregnancy with you. Sounds like it's time for class. What's happening with baby's development this week? At 32 weeks of development, the fetus is about 16.7 inches or 42.4 centimeters, which is about this long. The weight of the fetus is just about 3.75 to 4.19 pounds, which is about the weight of a brick. Baby developments this week are a continuation of what we've been seeing so far in the 3rd trimester. The brain and the lungs continue to grow and mature during this final weeks of pregnancy. We have sleep patterns being established, and baby is turning into that head down position. A fat layer is forming, and reflexes like sucking, grasping, and swallowing are being exhibited and practiced. What symptoms and body changes should you be expecting at week 32 of pregnancy? A symptom that we saw with one of our mamas in our expecting crew last week was bleeding in gums or pregnancy gingivitis. The increased hormones and the increased blood volume that occur in pregnancy can actually lead to bleeding and swollen gums, and you might be noticing these. Don't be tempted to skip those regular dental appointments during pregnancy, because untreated dental problems can actually lead to pregnancy complications. Things like low birth weight babies and preterm labor. That is really crazy, right? But super important. Don't skip the dentist. Now, other common symptoms that you might be experiencing this week include leg swelling, backache, pelvic pain, fatigue, frequent urination, and heartburn.
This week is week 32 of pregnancy, and the newest thing is Braxton Hicks. So I feel probably a good many throughout the day. Sometimes I don't even notice it until it's kind of happening or been happening, but just really tightness, no pain, but just feel like my stomach get really, really firm and last for a good while. Just feeling larger this week and more uncomfortable from UTI symptoms still, but things are going well. Still feeling very pregnant, which is good.
I am 32 weeks pregnant and feeling very pregnant. Continuing to just feel quite large. Definitely a lot of restricted movement. Nothing too changed from last week though. I had an appointment with my OB that went really well, pretty straightforward. The main thing that came out of that was that she recommended that I add the new RSV vaccine to my list of vaccinations to get while I am pregnant. So I have already had Tdap, and I will be getting my flu shot and my COVID booster once those are available in my area in a couple more weeks. So I'll add RSV to that as well, especially given baby's going to be born during the middle of kind of cold and flu season.
One thing I was definitely thinking about this week was being prepared for the hurricane. And I think just anyone that's pregnant, like in general, probably should have like their papers and stuff on hand. So if you ever have to run to a hospital or anything, and your midwife or whoever your regular provider is there, that you've got your records and you're prepared. So that was something I was thinking about. But overall, it's a good week. Nobody was injured. And yeah, I feel like things are progressing pretty well. I can't really tell if the baby's head down. I do want to ask her about that as well. But I feel like he probably is. It doesn't feel like, nothing feels like super weird or strange to me. I'm definitely feeling some kind of kicks or something. So, let's see.
On the think side of the board this week, I'm adding postpartum help. Let's define postpartum before we talk about postpartum help. Postpartum is the time after you give birth. So sometimes people shorten postpartum depression or postpartum mood disorders to postpartum, but that's incorrect. Really, postpartum means just the time. So everyone is in postpartum after they give birth. They are in their postpartum time. So your doctor might say you have postpartum appointments. That means appointments after you give birth. Okay, so just clearing that up. So when I say postpartum help, that doesn't mean help with any type of emotional issue. What it really means is any type of help that you're going to have with your new baby afterwards. Now, that time afterwards, it can be really exhausting, and it can be such a challenge if you are not able to fully recover and get sleep and take care of the baby at the same time. It is a juggling act, and most of us can benefit from someone to help us out during that time. So if you're able to have help during those first few weeks after birth, it can make such a huge difference. It helps with your physical healing. It helps with your emotional state. It even can help with the relationship between you and your partner. So it's a great time to think about, what is that time going to look like for you? Now, some people have access to helpful family members close by, or family that will come in, possibly friends that can help out and have the ability to spend some time. But other people choose to and have the ability to hire someone for this role. So when it comes to hiring someone, there are really two roles that are very similar, but they do have an important difference. So I thought we could talk about those now. One is called a night nurse, and the other one is a postpartum doula. So the night nurse usually works overnight and is usually a nurse by training and is focused really on helping care for the baby. So they are going to be up helping to feed baby or bring baby to you, soothe baby, care for baby at night. The postpartum doula actually has special training to help with both mom and baby, and has a special focus on helping moms recover from birth. So postpartum doulas are often helping families during that transitional time, helping make that smooth entrance of a new family member and help mom recover as well. Unfortunately, in the United States, our healthcare insurance system doesn't always cover this type of service. So it's good to start thinking about it now, get some planning in place, and figure out what might work best for your family. Two things not to miss before next week. If you appreciate a modern, no-fluff online childbirth class that's going to leave you with some really practical skills for labor, then check out the Birth Toolbox class with me. I'm going to put a link down below for you to check that out. And make sure you're getting our weekly newsletter. The link is also down below in the description, and you can find it at birthtoolbox.com/newsletter. I hope your 32nd week of pregnancy is a good one. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you can follow along through the weeks ahead. See you next week.